Hello and welcome everyone. Today is Tuesday, the 2nd of December. We are in December. Amazing, isn't it? How quickly the whole year has gone. And we're back to that point where we go over what happened all year. Did it go the way we wanted? Did we have all of those elements in our New Year's resolutions? How did that go? Did that turn out okay? And we're kind of looking back and thinking, oh my God, time is gone again. But not to worry. Don't worry if you didn't get anything done that you wanted to do, if you didn't achieve all the things you set out to do. What you did was probably take steps towards things. And I feel like that, I know for me at the start of the year, it was about identity, about how am I evolving, how's my work evolving, what am I going to be doing, am I going to be a healer, am I going to be something else, how am I going to present myself to the world. And gradually different levels have opened up. This year has been a lot about clearing. So stuff coming up into my consciousness to see and clear and let go. So 2025 is very much dealing with a load of clutter. And I have to do declutter in my own home because there's too much clutter here at the minute. So trying to get a little bit of that done before the end of the year as well. But it's decluttering our mind, decluttering our emotions, and we hold emotions in our body. We hold love, we hold care, we hold compassion, but we also hold anger, we hold guilt, we hold shame, we hold sadness. I've got some incense burning. It's quite strong. It's oud. It's very fragrant, very strong, so it's catching me a little. And just the big change that this year has created in everyone. AI has gone crazy. Everyone's using Chat GPT. So we have evolved over the course of the year. And it's just going to quicken and it's just going to keep going and it's going to keep changing our lives. And that's on our main basic level. Then you have your higher consciousness, you have your spiritual level and the wider universe level, and that is coming in as well. So it's almost like we've been kind of setting foundations. We've been clearing away, if you do a building and you had to kind of clear the land and then really set in some foundations. So you can build something with structure, you can build something to last. That seems to be what I feel 2025 was about. So it's not just enough to learn something, but it's about how you practice it, who you practice it with, what results you get, what feedback you get, what you learn from all of that, and how that kind of shifts your practice, how it shifts. It's that relationship. You can only tell. It's the same as Tai Chi. You can learn about energy, etc., but you need something to push against to learn what your energy is and what their energy is. So you need that kind of dynamic push pull so you can learn about where you are, and it actually feeds back to you because you can't tell about your energy until something is against it. So it's feeding back to you about your energy and where your energy can go. So that's a little bit off the side. So welcome everyone. Hi to the regulars. I hope you're having a good day, a good week. I have a new offer. You may have seen on my social media and in my newsletter. If you're not on my newsletter, get in touch and get on my newsletter list because I do lots of discounted offers throughout the year. But the Christmas one is a 3-card reading, past, present and future tarot. If you don't like tarot, we can do oracle cards. I have oracle cards, angel cards, etc., etc. So happy to leave the tarot and just do 3 oracle cards if you don't want the tarot. But it's available as tarot. 3 cards, £22, cheap as chips. And it just gives you a little bit of settling into what the year has been about, where you are right now, and possibly the energy you're moving into. And you'll probably feel that already, but sometimes it's nice to get confirmation. When you work in this kind of industry, often there's stuff that comes in. This morning, I wrote a post for Facebook. I was sitting having my breakfast and I just had this, the guides want to give a message. And it was just like, no holds barred, let's go. Let's just write this on Facebook, not, straight in, type, channel, got the information. And it was really, really good. It was like fascinating. And it was a message for somebody. And then I thought, right, I need to get a nice graphic to go underneath it. I should have just posted it. So I copied the information and I went to my, where all your downloads, pictures and images are. I went to that file and I couldn't see what they were. I could just see the logo, but not actually what the image was. So then I had to restart my computer to see what the image was. And then I went to paste the information. It's gone. It's gone. So Mercury retrograde has ended, but we're probably still in a little bit of shadow. So that means still technology might not work as it should. And for me, it was accept it. Accept it's gone. Accept that message. Maybe that wasn't how they wanted it to come across. Maybe it's going to be, I'm going to do a channel after this for YouTube. Maybe that's how they wanted to come across. They were talking about indigestion, in our inability to digest the world as it is, and constipation of being, which I thought was very funny, this whole digestive way of expressing. So that may come up again. But I had to let go, and I had to let go and just trust that, it wasn't meant to be, and just to let things go. And sometimes when you're doing spiritual work, when you get a confirmation back from someone or something, it just makes you kind of go, oh, that's fine, that's okay. I'm okay with that not happening. So these cards may provide some kind of confirmation. Maybe something didn't go right, but there's a confirmation in there to say that's okay because of this and this, and this is why, and we're moving into that. And maybe it was a practice session for me just to, forget about the graphics. It's an important message, just send the message and put it out there, And there's so much of us saying, don't do it, don't write it, don't put it out there, all of that ego, self, what would people think, who is this for, what does the audience think of this, etc. So there comes a time when you just have to kind of go with it and publish it straight away, and I just wanted a nice little graphic to go with it, but there you go. So we're here to read tarot. Tuesday Thoughts Tarot. So I usually read tarot from the Juliet Sharman Burke, The Beginner's Guide to Tarot. So it's a nice little set of tarot cards that was gifted to me. Today is Tuesday the 2nd of December. So Mercury has gone direct. Saturn, I think, is back in Pisces for a last little bit, which is the kind of teacher sign, I believe. Neptune is in Aries. Is any Aries out there feeling it? Are you feeling yourself opening up to the spiritual world a little? So this one is turned over already, so I'm just going to take it. Let's see what the tarot wants us to know. I hope you're well. Happy December. We are almost at the big C, Christmas. We got that. Very nice. Are you all ready? Are you all prepared? Where are you spending your Christmas? Let me know. Okay. So tarot is very good because it's just images, but you can just read so much into it, and depending on where I'm going with the story that comes through, the images are kind of signposts to drive us into this conversation, and some things will just pop into my head which I feel might help. So if it does resonate, let me know, give us a thumbs up, let me know underneath if you think it's you, if you think it's someone you know. Let me know where you're watching from. It's always nice because I know some of you, that's too many, I know some of you because you comment quite a lot, but I don't know where the rest of you are from, so just tell me what city you're from. Be lovely to know where you're watching from. So can I have a couple more cards please, just for the end of this reading. It's a lovely day in London. Sun is out, so I managed to get my walk this morning through the park. Beautiful big park with ponds and wilderness and football pitch and ducks and birds and wildlife and trees, ancient trees. Oh my goodness, it's so glorious. So I had a nice slow walk through the park today. Okay, now there's quite a lot turned over, but I'm going to take the jumpers that jumped off to the side because there's a whole load there that I've turned over, but these ones jumped out, and I did ask for 2 more, and it's 2 more, so those are the 2. So we'll come back to those. So the first one, let's just get into your read. Let's give you some information for the week. So we have the 4 of Cups. So 4 is a great number because it's all about stability. And when we see 4, it's a grounding, stability, foundations of something. So that's interesting because we were talking about foundations. It points to someone being a bit bored. So if you're feeling a level of boredom, or that you're fed up with your life situation, or you feel like nothing new has happened, that can be because you're looking at it and you're looking at maybe what didn't work. So the Cups often are relationships. So you might have 3 pivotal past relationships that were big, that were opened your heart, that you were very connected with. And you kind of maybe, what's the word I'm looking for? You hold everything up to these. So you're kind of comparing everything to these. So there's this looking into the past, this looking back. And he's not very happy about it. It's keeping him stuck. It's keeping him a little bit, what went wrong in that one and what went right in that one. And you can mull over it and you can think about it, and then it can be in your head. But as soon as it's in your head and you're thinking about it, you're changing your physiology. So we have to be mindful of not sitting in the past and repeating that energy, because that energy brought us that result. So we have to change that. And how do you do that? You realize that looking back, it's good to look back and get sorry, I feel like something on my face. It's good to look back and learn from it and get your lessons, etc. But if we're too focused on that and trying to dig into it and trying to understand it and trying to find the reason that happened, or, something, why did it go wrong? Or maybe if I should have, maybe he should have, and then that's not going to work, because you're missing what's here. You're missing something that's been handed to you. You're missing something that's in your environment now, that is here, that the cup of love is available. And so your head is turned in the other direction, and you've kind of crossed your legs and crossed your arms. So you're kind of like not available. You're restricting your closed energy. You need to open your energy. If somebody sits in front of you and they fold their arms and cross their legs, they're closing off their energy. So there's a sense of perhaps opening up your body. Body language is so important as well. So linking in and learning a little bit about body language. I have a book on that somewhere. Let me check. I was just checking my little bookshelf here, but it's not in that, so it must be in my storage boxes. Body language is fascinating. It's very interesting. We actually communicate more with our body than we do with our words. So how you say things, it's all in the expression. It's all in the eyes. It's all in the movement of the body. You're saying so much about yourself without even opening your mouth. So his body language is very closed. And so there's this element of being closed because of what happened in the past. You've closed off your energy because of what didn't work, because of maybe what hurt your heart. You're not willing to open yourself up again. You're fed up, but you're also locked into this restricted position. You're not willing to kind of move forward. And you can see there's a castle here. You can see there's great possibilities here. If you can only turn and look at what's been offered. And that, in a sense, is paying attention to what's around you, not what's in the past, but actually what's here now. If you're walking down the street or you walk into the shop, pay attention to who's in the shop. Pay attention to the people that are next to you, the people that are queuing. Pay attention to who's in your environment now, not what was. Not you've dealt with that, you've let it go. And what happens is then you do get a little bit fed up with life, because maybe you're not in a relationship. You're so busy looking at the past relationships that didn't work. And it's keeping you stuck and keeping you closed off from anything new. So there's a level of trust. You have to be able to open up, but this is coming in from the hand of God. So this is a kind of destined offering of someone's love. The cups are love, emotion, a connection. but you're not looking at it. So if you're feeling fed up, if you're looking at everything that didn't work and you're going, well, I'm so fed up with relationships, I'm so fed up with love, I'm so fed up with people not meeting my standards, I'm so fed up with, perhaps acknowledge all of that, but then say, but yes, but I had to learn my lessons. I was taught things through those things. I have learned a great deal, and I have become different. I have developed. Everything has taught me something, taught me to become. You're not the same person you were 10 years ago. You're certainly not the same person you were 20 years ago, and you're certainly not the same person you were 40 years ago. So each experience in life literally adds to you, adds to your character, adds to your personality, adds to what you can bring to the world, but also adds to the world that you see. Because if you've experienced something, then you'll see that as part of the world. So everything has given you experience and an education in a sense. So now you will be looking at the world differently. So it's saying trust what's coming now because you've learned those lessons. You have embodied all of that information. You have that knowledge and wisdom. Yeah, maybe it wasn't pleasant. Maybe you've had to put up with certain circumstances that, were upsetting. Certainly if it's lost love, and certainly if you've had your heart broken a few times. But we have to be open because the next card is the Fool. Fool is all about new beginnings. So this guy is stepping off. He is fancy free. He's taking very little in his knapsack. So he's not carrying loads of baggage. He's not taking all the baggage from the past relationships with him. He is stepping off into something new. He is open. Look at that body language. Open. Head high. Jolly. He's flushed with the excitement of something new. There is a possibility of romance here. He has a rose. There is a transformation here because we have the butterfly. We have the sun shining down. The sun was shining on me in the park today, and it was just that warmth from the sun, but also just almost connecting to that light, filling our bodies with light and brightness and just feeling uplifted by the sun's energy. Now, when we are on this new adventure, this new beginning, the Fool, we have to be mindful that we're not foolish as we step forward, because there is a cliff here. We could fall off the cliff. So as you move forward into this new beginning, which could be in love, could be in anything, you could be starting something, you could be deciding, we're in December now, so this could be you moving into the new year energy, thinking, right, what do I want to bring? Do I want to bring all the stuff that didn't work? Do I want to step into this new offering that's coming? And then what am I going to bring with me? Very little. I'm going to bring my spirit, my joy, my happiness. Your companion, you might have a companion that you bring with you. So it's very positive. It's very joyful. There's just so much possibility and belief and trust and excitement and enthusiasm for what might be coming. And so that's the energy you can shift into. So rather than being in the I'm bored and I'm fed up energy, shift your energy to embracing the new year, new beginnings. We have new beginnings to look forward to. Because we've got to the end of the year, we've done all that foundation, like I said, all of that stuff that came up to deal with, all that stuff that came up into your mind, to your body, your emotions, all that you had to go through and dive deep and really let go and find out how it affected you, and then being willing to release it, releasing it so you can move forward. This is beautiful. And what does that mean? Sometimes it means change, which many people find difficult. So the Tower is a spiritual divine change. The lightning here is the spiritual energy coming in to create change in your life. Now, it might simply be a house, a home, that people are moving out of or people are moving into. So there could be a change in residence within the home. It could be that you're going through this turbulent time. This water here is crazy. It's like a storm. So there is a lot of turbulent emotions at this time. for many people, the tower can be a crisis moment. It can be very emotional, very destructive, because as the fire burns and the lightning hits, the tower will collapse. But it collapses because it's not built on firm foundations. So we mentioned that. We mentioned the foundations. We mentioned clearing the land, which is what 2025 was. And we now need to set new foundations. So we had to get rid of the old derelict building. We had to take it down. There was too many cracks in it. There was too many, and they say the crack is where the light gets in. So yes, the light has gone in. The light has, we have had cracks in ourselves, and the light has penetrated us. And then the light within us has expanded and caused a new beginning to appear. And so we have to remove this derelict building, remove the building that can no longer hold us. This is like our body as well, our body and our subconscious at the top. So it needs to be able to hold our energy, but our energy has expanded. And so we need to let go. We need to let go, be free, let go like the fool. The fool is prepared to walk away from what was and into a new beginning. So there needs to be this letting go of what was. And it's a massive change, and it can feel like a crisis point, but it is positive, it is spirit-led, it is time. And what happens as the tower falls, as the cracks appear, as it reduces, it breaks down, it is demolished, it's in order to rebuild it. So we're not demolishing it and then we're in chaos. We are demolishing it. We're getting rid of that derelict building. We are clearing it away. We are setting new foundations. The new foundations of 2026, we're putting the foundation down now. And those foundations are going to enable us to build something strong, something that has great structure, something that, this is the 4 as well, the 4, the element, the 4, the number, strength, stability, structure, foundations. This is what it's saying. It's saying we need to get rid of the old, make sure we clear it away. I think it's something reversing there. And we need to rebuild with strong walls, with walls that can hold our energy. And maybe it's like a house, you want to go environmental, you want to change up your, is it water to air heating system that everyone's putting in there. So it's about getting rid of what was old and embracing what we need to move on from. But it also could be you moving out of a house, leaving a house behind, leaving a place that you lived in. There's just nothing left for you there, so it's time to move on. It's time to let go of it. If it is about renovating a building as well, you might have to move out. You might have to move out because this is a crumbling building. There's a crack in that wall. So there's walls cracking, and this is creating, it's not healthy. So a building that is cracking and breaking down can let the wind in and the cold in and the moisture in and have mold, and it's unhealthy. And so it's important that it collapses because it's not supportive of you. It's not supportive of your spirit anymore. And the spiritual energy, the lightning, is coming in and saying, no, we got to take it down. We got to take it down and rebuild it. And then invite you back in. And if you're looking at it as your body might be inflamed. Your body might be breaking down. And your body is going through this turbulent time. So there's a need to let go of everything that you knew, of your body. And this can represent massive healing as well. But it's saying that perhaps within you, letting go of what wasn't working, that's kind of what it's saying. So whatever you were doing, whatever medicine you were taking, whatever lifestyle you were living, it's not been helping. It's not been helping. It's caused more inflammation. It's caused more damage. And so there's a need now to let that go and to almost re-educate yourself. And that could be this new beginning. You're stepping off on this new journey So it could be a healing crisis, you know. So we've got 2 more cards. I'm going to read this one. So 5 of Cups. So we had the 4 and now we have the 5. 5 means change. So something is certainly changing here. And this is kind of sorrows and regrets over past hurts, past relationships. You still have the 3 of Cups that you're looking at here. You're still sad. You're kind of got the hood up. You're looking at them. You're regretting things you said, things you didn't say. You have sorrows because you felt love for people. Maybe you didn't express it. Maybe you felt love for the wrong people. And it's sadness because, you know, the cups are water, the cups are tears, and you might be still a bit emotionally connected and might need to release that emotion, release that connection. Because as we had with the 4 of Cups, you had an offering. The 5 of Cups is even better. You've got 2 that you're not even seeing. So we've gone from 1 coming in to be offered, and you're closed off energy. So you realize that you had to change your energy. And by changing your energy, you change it up to be like the Fool. Positive, aligned, enthusiastic, joyful. And that brings in this change within you, within your physical body, within your environment, within the people who are coming in and out of your environment. And that has just suddenly opened up another option as well. Because as we change, our world changes. As we change, the world that's presented to us changes. And again, we have the castle here, but we're almost a little bit closer, and we have a bridge over the river. So let me see on this one. So we have the river, but we can't see the bridge in this one. The castle is there, but we can't see how we're going to get there. And this one's got a little bridge here. So this is showing us, yes, we have regrets and sorrows. It's understanding that. We're not saying that it hasn't caused pain. We're not saying that we've not regretted some of it. We're not saying that, you know, we don't understand that energy and that emotion. We do. But life wants you to turn around. Life wants you to turn around and see what you're missing. See what you're not seeing. And again, it's like that awareness. What are you looking at? Who's in your environment? Walking into the supermarket, you're so off in your mind and thinking, oh, I wonder why he said that. I wonder why she didn't say that and I should have said that. And oh, it's such a shame it didn't work and da-da-da. And you're not seeing the other 2 people standing at the counter who might be the love of your life. You're not seeing it because you're going, you know, we had this great relationship, and you talk about the past, you talk about the past, you talk about the relationship, you talk about how it was or who it was or where you went or how it was, and you know, we approached it this way, it wasn't all good, but you know, we had good times, and you're still in the past. So we want you to turn around. Yes, you'll have regrets and sorrows. Everyone does. We all do, you know. But there's opportunity here. There's opportunity for you. There's opportunity of love here for you. In your environment, right behind you. It's people who are on their phones all the time too. If you're down on your phone the whole time, then you are not seeing the people who are passing you by. And sometimes I don't always have my phone out. And so if I'm not on my phone, I observe people who are, and I'll sit and observe them on the tube or on the bus. And sometimes, I don't like looking at my phone. I'd rather plug in and listen to like some sort of spiritual talk, with not with earbuds, but with the ones with the wire. Rather than sitting looking at my phone, I'd rather listen and see the environment around me. And this is it. Don't get caught up in stuff. Fine, if you're reading a book, you get caught into the book. I get it. But just too many of us are stuck in our phones, and we're not seeing who's passing us by. And you know, just eye contact with someone, right? Like Friends. You watch Friends? We made eye contact. You know, just ways that you can. We talked about body language. Connecting with someone across the room with eye contact is communication. So we're losing that because we're all just kept into this. We're all closed off. And we're not open. We're not open like the Fool. The final tarot card is Star. So this is your hopes, wishes and dreams coming true. Beautiful card to end the tarot section. So your hopes, wishes and dreams are coming true. If you can understand this whole message, what's been has been. We have regrets, we have sorrows, we have lost. But we need to now let that go. Massive changes coming in for us if we are willing to step forward in beautiful new energy, in the Fool energy, in the new beginnings energy. That changes everything around us. And then if we can just lift our head and acknowledge who is in our area, that is going to bring balance back into our life. It's going to allow us to become seen. We can see her here. She's no clothes on. We can completely see her. So it's allowing us to be seen by the world, allowing our dreams to manifest. Here we have the butterfly again that we had in the Fool card. The butterfly has come with us and is granting our wishes and is transforming. And the butterfly is blue in here. So blue is the throat. Blue is communication. So it's how we transform, how we communicate, perhaps using body language, perhaps using eye contact. And the stars also point to me always. It could be to do with someone famous. So you might be working with someone famous, or you might be reaching a level of fame in some way. But also it's about the astrology. So we mentioned that at the start as well. Mercury is now going direct. Saturn has changed signs. There's a different feel about December. Can you feel it? It feels better. It feels nicer. It feels the possibilities are endless. It's almost like the universe is just itching to give us everything that we want. If we can just align ourselves, it's going to just pour it all out to us. It's going to pour everything that we wanted to us. And this also means that we have to root this into the ground. So we have to take all of this that we want, that we're emotional about, our subconscious thinking. We have to train our brain not to sit in the past, because then we're just repeating. You know, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. But if that's where you were and you don't want that anymore, then you have to change it up. So we have to ground this new understanding, ground this new emotion, ground this new subconscious thinking, make it real. But these are your hopes, wishes and dreams. So something is, if we can get through this transition, and if we can pay attention to this in December, December's going to change everything. December is going to bring everything to fruition. So let's look at it a slightly different way. We've been doing what we've been doing for so long, and we're just wondering, is anything going to change? I'm a little bit bored of ploughing away and getting the same result. What's changing here? I'm a bit fed up now. Nothing's happening. I'm a bit fed up. Hang on. I haven't noticed this. This is something new. So this is something new coming in. Something new that I can get excited about. Something new that I have to be willing to move with. This is new energy. We said the December energy is different. This is new energy that's coming in. The December energy is much more love-filled, much more easy, much more loving. And December is such a loving time. People give gifts, people get together, people spend time with each other. There's just a joyfulness, the lights, the ambience, the carols, the singing. It's just love-filled. So this is December energy. It's a new frequency coming in, which is a much more... it's like he's bounding in. It's much more joyful and lilting and light. And with the rose here, it could be romance, but also just love. The rose is about that incredible love. And that's going to... Sorry, hold on. My little table. That's going to change everything. December is about to change everything. And we need to let go, stop holding on, and allow the old to end, because there's something new and it's hot and it's going to come in like a flash. It's going to just come in like a flash and change your life. Something is coming in. And yes, that does mean You have to turn away from everything that you may have built, that you may have spent time on. And I was talking about that as well with identity. Perhaps I'm not going to be working as a healer. Perhaps I'm not going to be working as a card reader. Perhaps something else is going to come in and just change everything. And I have to trust in these opportunities that have arrived for me. They're here. And I just have to find a way to recognize them. And when I do, life will overflow. Life will bring me everything I need. I will be able to water and make fertile the new ground, the new foundation. It's about growing the new foundation, growing everything that is your hopes, wishes, and dreams, everything that is in your astrology. Staying grounded, but staying connected to the spirit as well. Building something with both. Wow. Okay, I'm going to go to the guides now. I did a reading for someone recently, and I used tarot, I used the guides, and I used the goddesses, and it was actually a really good reading. So I'm going to do the same for you. I'm just going to shuffle these, and this is the Ask Your Guides by Sonia Choquette. And Sonia was on a podcast which I was listening to a couple of days ago. It was Next Level Soul, actually. So if you get a chance to see that, it's a really good podcast. And the guy who does it, I can't remember his name. He's great, and he interviews a lot of people, and he was really blown away with Sonia. And I have this deck from her from a very long time ago. It was one of my first. And I love the images because they're very simple. Some cards you get, and they're so elaborate and so detailed, and the images are incredible, and this is very, very, very simple, because it's the images, again, same with the tarot, they're just a way of pointing you in a direction, and then like the last 37 minutes have been, you go off and you weave a story, and I guess if you're a creative like me, it's just that poetic, that channeled information, that weaving that story, but it's just based on linking everything. So can we have from Sonia's wonderful deck a couple of cards to clarify this tarot read? Oh, hold on. Okay, one I know. So we've got death. Oh my goodness, this is the tower. Can you see? This building is on fire. Same as the tower was hit with the fire, and we said it was spirit-led, and look, you have the angels surround you. So during this destruction, during this demolition of something, this ending of this structure that was in your life, your guardian angels are with you every step of the way. So you're not doing this on your own. You're not having to fight this fight on your own. Look at the angels. They are overseeing everything, and this is spirit-led, so it's almost like this destruction must happen. It's almost like the tower must fall, and it won't necessarily be easy. We're suffering it, but we're feeling that. That's the regret and sorrow. That's the, we're looking at what wasn't working, what, we're sad and upset. And this is showing us sad and upset, but we have the guardian angels with us every step of the way. So through this transition, obviously, bring in your guides, bring in your angels. Never do anything on your own, because it's too much. So the idea of spiritual support is that we have these energies who are dedicated to working with us. You will have a number one guide who will be with you from birth till after your life, till the next life and the next life. You will have your number one guide, and you can feel them close, and they will give you information. You also have your guardian angel with you. Everyone has. And this is a universal understanding. So it's time to kind of believe it. It's an energy that is with you, that will guide you, and you can call on, and you can ask practical questions. You can ask for practical intervention. While this is change, death, So death in the tarot is rebirth. So in order for the new to happen, the old must collapse. The old must fade away. The old must burn down to ashes. And then like like the phoenix, you will rise. You will be reborn. But while you're going through this transition period, bring in your angels. And the next card is bravado. So bravado is the warrior guides. So there may be some conflict. There may be some agitation around you. There may be some warring around you. There's I don't know where Mars is at the moment. I don't know what's happening with Mars, but Mars is like the war planet. So if it's activated, there can be a little bit more aggression. Be mindful of the 4th of December, which is Thursday, as we have a full moon, and full moon can make people a little bit aggressive and a little bit of to and fro. There's more people in A&E during a full moon. There's more people being arrested on a full moon. So just be aware of that during the full moon this week, which is Thursday, that somebody might try and poke you a little, might try and upset you a little, might try and knock you off track. But you've got to stay on the path. You've got to stand up for yourself. You've got to defend yourself. This person here, the sword, is defending these people. Somebody is pointing at them. So it's almost like someone is saying, this is how you're going to do it. This is my way. This is what it's going to be. So some authority is trying to impose their power onto you. But you could say this is like Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael comes in with the sword to protect you. These are the gods, you might say, of war. And we've got the Native American who, yes, they went to war a lot of the time. You have the Vikings, certainly, they did a lot of warring. You've got one there that looks a little bit like Star Wars, doesn't it? I don't know who he is, or a Ninja Turtle. So there's this ancient gods of war, or ancient civilizations that were involved with a lot of aggression. And perhaps what you might need is a little bit of help from those ancients to move forward on the path a little bit better, to be able to stand your ground, to give you some of that energy where you can stand up for yourself, you can stand your ground, you can do what needs to be done. People will often just try and give you the short straw and tell you how it is, and then are you going to sit and take that, or are you going to say, hang on a second, no, we need to relook at this. You know, I'm not happy with how that is. It's not fair on everyone. So let's just relook at that. So it can be something simple, but it is that warlike energy. So let's bring in a goddess now. Might do a few goddesses just to give us some more information on that. And that can be because, you know, when the tower falls, when the death comes in, and when the rebirth is here, people have opinions and ideas as well. People want to tell you how it's going to be and how it's going to look and what it should be and da-da-da-da-da. So you might have to get on your horse, and I'm not going to take that, I'm going to keep going. Get on your horse like this Native American here. You know, get on your high horse and just say, oh, actually, no, that's not how it's going to be for me, right? Okay, I've got 2, 3, okay. So the 3 that have come out, I'm hoping that they're in aligned with what we've been looking at. Let's see. Oh, well, this definitely is. So that warrior, that bravado, that standing up for yourself. We've got Freya, and it's about being bold. And it says, unleash your adventurous side. Interesting. Take risks and be daring. So perhaps that bravado, perhaps that warrior side of you, perhaps that energy of the warlike energy is simply a bit of gusto, a bit of guts. You know, to move forward, you have to have a bit of guts. You have to have confidence in yourself. And so this is what Freya is saying. She's stunning there, isn't she? You have to be a little bit bold. In order to move into that adventurous side, you have to be a little bit bold and take risks and be daring. So this isn't the energy of taking risks and being daring. This isn't the energy of adventure. So we have to shift that energy, that first energy. We have to transform it and go and be daring and take risks. Stepping off into this new beginning, not knowing where we're going. We've got to cultivate that energy. And that's what will bring our wishes and dreams. I love that. Let's see what it says. So, interesting. Don't play it safe right now. Instead, take bold action in the direction of your true heart's desire. Success comes not from timidity, but from committing yourself fully to realizing your dream. Hold the clear intention of success, and it shall come about. Enjoy the excitement of taking risks, of being bold, and of being daring. And be sure to celebrate your success with a party or by splurging on a wonderful indulgence. So it means take a risk, make a bold life change, appreciate your body, flirt, go have fun and celebrate. Beautiful energy, and that's such wonderful energy to move into December with. It's time to, kick your heels up, throw caution to the wind. Let's flirt a little. Let's rejuvenate. Let's get rid of that old energy, that old body we had. We want to recalibrate. We want to exercise. We want to eat well. We want to be supplementing. We want to brighten and embolden ourselves. So we enjoy Christmas time. Be bold. Be adventurous. Be daring. Take risks. Wow. And then we have Aphrodite, the inner goddess. Look at her. She's daring. She's risky. Frisky and risky. That came in my head. It says, awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. And I love she has a little white dove there on her hand. So a nod to peace, a nod to the purity even in your sensuality, how true it is and how divine your sensuality is. And it's not lost on the divine that a woman should express herself and be sensual and be the goddess. So girls, be bold, get your goddess on. And it says, allow your inner feminine wisdom and dynamic beauty to rise to the surface. Cherish its power and meaningfulness. No matter whether your physical body is male or female, you have an inner femininity that nurtures you and guides you with its intuitive principles. Now is the time to become aware of, take excellent care of, and celebrate your magnificence. It can mean to balance your male energy with more female energy. So maybe become a bit softer if you're a guy, listen more. It says take steps to heal your sexuality. Enjoy being feminine. Dance more often. Be receptive. In relationships, allow your softer side to come through. That's what I said. Don't hide your femininity. Dress in a more feminine way, for example. So definitely for the ladies, this is about getting your energy on, getting your hair up and big and expressing yourself and wearing nice clothes and adorning yourself with scarves or jewelry, or really just make yourself glitter, make yourself become a goddess. And this is the time to do it. December, Christmas, New Year, this is the time to do it. It's about celebrating everything that you are and moving you into this new energy. But be bold, be daring, be in your femininity, be sexy, be risky, be risque. Definitely a beautiful energy. Those two go really well together. Be bold. Let your inner goddess be bold. And then we have Bridget. Bridget, who was the great healer. Bridget, who is classic Irish saint, the healer, the mystic. Don't back down. This kind of brings me to the warrior guides again. Stand up for what you believe is right. Fascinating. And she is holding the Sacred Heart. She has flames on that heart. Yes, that is like the heart flame, which is alive and burning. Beautiful. And that's back to the warriors again, isn't it? Stand up for yourself. Be bold. Don't back down. You know, you have every right to say your piece as well as everyone else. Not everyone has to agree with you or like what you say, but don't diminish who you are. We're moving into this phoenix energy. We're moving into this fire, this phoenix energy, this fire. So Bridget says, first, be quite clear about your intentions. If you're unclear, then confusion will lessen your power and force. Like a candle in the dark, be very clear and bright in what is acceptable to you in this situation. Make no mistake, I will guide and protect you. And yet, think of the unparalleled rise in your own viewpoint if you are to stand up for yourself and speak up about your needs and deepest truth. Now is the time to touch your power, for its heat and flame will ignite your passion, which will propel you forward in countless ways. Even in the face of fear, you can still stand up for your ideals and your truth. Be unwavering and make your stand today. It says, be assertive. Don't worry about what others think. Trust that your actions will work out fine. Speak your truth. Stick to your opinions. Put your foot down. Okay, she's the counterpart to Archangel Michael's warrior energy. And she marks springtime, February 1st, increasing daylight, which will have the solstice, isn't it, on 21st. So the daylight starts to come back in December. Fiery goddess who tirelessly protects those who call upon her. So you can call upon Bridget as much as you can call on Michael. So we've had the element of what I mentioned was Michael here with the sword. So Bridget is coming in with the same energy. So maybe it's Bridget. So something's asking you to stand up for yourself, and that's attractive. That's confidence. You know, be bold enough to stand up for yourself. Be bold enough to hold yourself. Hold your energy. Reclaim your energy. Massive change going on here in December, where you're stepping into who you are becoming. You seem to be taking position. You seem to have had all of the lessons, all of the training, all of the experience, all of the highs, all of the lows. You've had it all. And it's laid the foundation. It's like a jigsaw. You've put all of the pieces on the foundation. So the pieces are all there. And from that, you are now able to become whoever you are meant to be in this lifetime, in this purpose, in this heart-centered, driven business, whatever it is you're doing. And it's saying, don't back down. Trust that all of that is to bring you to this point. All of that had reason. So whatever you've learned and however you've grown, it's only so you can now step in with joy, with boldness, with adventure, with your hopes, wishes and dreams arriving for you. Don't back down on those hopes, wishes and dreams. Take them. Take risks. Be daring. Whatever comes up, whatever comes against you, know that you've got the confidence. Know that you can bring in your angels, your guardian angels, your guides. Bring them in while it all seems to be, destructive. You know better. The phoenix rises from the flames. I will be expecting to see lots of references to the phoenix rising out of the flame now, because when I usually do readings, and I then, after posting this today, over the next week, there'll be people saying similar things, coming up with similar things. And what I tend to notice is things that I've said, they then say, although we've no connection, but they then say. So it's confirmation again, that realizing the confirmations are coming in and making me think, oh my God, that came up, that was there, I saw that, I read that. And so it's great to get the confirmations back in. But I expect a lot of this fiery energy, but in a burning away what was, so that you can come out of the ashes, you can come out of that destruction and be reborn. Stand up for your rights, stand up for what you believe in, stand up for yourself. And that gives you confidence, it brings you into your body. So it's about embodying your energy more, bringing your energy in and embodying it, but also not in a serious way, but in a flirtatious way, in a goddess way. You can be feminine and be strong. A lot of the old warriors in ancient lands had women who were the prime people. They were either the queens, or they were the warriors, or they were out fighting. Ancient Ireland particularly, we had lots of women who led tribes, and not just Ireland, there's all over. Even now there's some tribes that are run mostly by women. So it's not to say that it's not having men along with us, but it's just saying that because you're feminine, you don't have to be some people view the feminine as the weak, but the feminine is the strong. We are the strength, because we have such a multi-dimensional experience of life through all of our life and all of our stages. It's just so complex. And so stand your ground, stand up for what you believe in. Don't back down. You have the heart, the fire in the heart to keep going. You have the passion, you have the boldness now, you have the confidence. But also allow yourself to enjoy that divinity. That's divinity. That strength is divinity. And you're beginning to embody it. So here it is, the strength in the feminine. She can be the seductress, but that is still divine. She can be strong and flirty, but that is still divine, all of it. Don't let anyone tell you it isn't. And that's why you have to be brave, and that's why you might come up against opinion. People may have opinions on how you should behave and how you should be, but you've got to come up against that and stand your ground. And that's what's ending. That's what's ending, so you can have this new beginning, so you can move forward as this new being. This is the goddess you're moving into. This is your hopes, wishes and dreams coming true. Amazing read. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to leave it there because I'm on 58. It's been a long one, but actually it's gone very, very quickly for me. Been very exciting. I'm very excited about December. Merry Christmas. I will be back, but if you just see this one and not the next one, Merry Christmas. And I look forward to hearing your comments. Let me know what you think. Take care. Bye.